Welcome to the Stygian Stilettos Gamer channel. This is StygianSis. Please like, share, and subscribe, and find me at twitter.com/StygianSis. Hey Final Fantasy fam, this is your girl Stygian Stilettos Gamer, aka StygianSis. Welcome to another edition of Cloti Clerith Wars. This time we're going to be getting into Chapter 2, specifically when Cloud and Aerith meet, so this will be a Clerith video. Now, I have a lot of things to say leading up to just even when Cloud and Aerith meet, let alone the actual meeting, and then if I see any romantic implications with that. So I'm going to take you down a little bit of a rabbit hole, but following, because I think it's important to understand Aerith's role in the game in order to understand where my analysis goes with this. And I do want to say heavy spoilers. I know we're only talking about Chapter 2, but in order to explain the things I need to say, I'm going to have to give some spoilers. So just a heads up for anybody who has not played the original game. You know, if you don't want any spoilers, this may not be the video for you. So, but yeah, let's go ahead and get into it.
You are too weak to save anyone. Not even yourself.
Are you okay? Hey, are you okay?
I'm fine.
Here, this is for you.
Huh? A flower?
That's right. It's a gift. You know, for scaring those things away.
What things?
Never mind. Think of it as a memento.
Just my luck.
I heard that, you know.
I'm good.
Oh, don't be like that. I know you want one. When was the last time you saw a real flower, huh? Plus, it'll make your girlfriend's day. I guarantee it.
How much?
Well, that depends on the customer. In your case, it's on the house.
Enough already. I'll give you 2 gil for it.
2 measly gil for a real flower? Come on.
5 then.
Please, that's not nearly enough. Besides, I clearly said it was on the... You're trying to get rid of me for 5 lousy gil. Sorry, but your plan won't work.
Huh?
Lovers used to give these when they were reunited.
Look, I'm involved in things. Dangerous things.
Oh, I'm sure you are. So?
So keep your distance.
Wait, you think someone's out to get you? Is that what you're all worked up about? Relax. No one's going to attack you. I promise.
Hey, a Mako reactor just blew. You shouldn't be out here trying to self...
Help me! What are they?
Drop your weapon!
Are you blind?
You know, you're right.
Wait!
Nice meeting you!
sword on the ground! Right now!
For the Ultimania, there is a little new information about this chapter, specifically their meeting. So I'll add some screenshots up here. I have the raw pages. I have the Ultimania Plus, as well as my friend's translation on Twitter. Now, in part, what she says about it is on the same page, it was shown Cloud thinks she is suspicious or shady. He wants to get out of there, so he went along with the conversation, which you can actually see some of that happening. I took the longer route purposely so that you can see he gets more contentious as time goes by, starts offering her, 2 gil, 5 gil. So he's starting to get pretty snappy about it. And Aerith does not care at all. And says clearly he does not trust her. Now, I'm just going to keep it 100 with you. I think Cloud would have had that reaction with anybody. You know what I mean? Like he already has been acting pretty standoffish with Avalanche up until that point. And yeah, he just doesn't like new people. I think he's fearful. I don't think it's a matter of not liking people. I think just because of his previous interactions with people, I just think he's very apprehensive. So there's that. So I actually want to go over the name Fateful Encounters. That is the name of the chapter. And I think it's important to understanding the tone of this chapter, as well as why I believe that it has way more to do with the plot than something actually Clerith or romantic related. First thing that happens, if you remember, in OG, Cloud runs directly into Aerith, just leaving that little underground road that he and Avalanche are taking. It's just, as soon as you leave that next screen, she's right there. And here has been completely retconned to where now he is behind Jesse, and he almost makes it to the train until debris falls. Then he tries to take an alternate route, which he's right there. But then that's the exact moment that Sephiroth appears. And of course, he sees Sephiroth. He's going to follow him. So he follows him all down this trail. And by the time Sephiroth disappears again, he's way off the beaten path. And so now he has to take an alternate route. And that alternate route leads him directly to Aerith. At the same time, what's going on with Aerith is the Whispers are actually, in my opinion, keeping her from leaving. They've surrounded her, and then just as Cloud is walking up, Sephiroth appears again, and so there's that encounter. So we've already had Cloud and Sephiroth re-meet. Now we have Aerith and Sephiroth meeting, and then of course Cloud and Aerith meeting for the same time, sort of, just because they haven't ever met before. There's no indication of it. But she has knowledge that she shouldn't have of these different characters. Now, it's harder to understand what exactly she knows at that moment. But so that is what I'm saying. When I see this Fateful Encounter title to this chapter, I'm thinking of the fact that, Aerith and Sephiroth is the one that ultimately takes her life. Of course, Cloud and Sephiroth and everything that goes on with them in the game. And then with Cloud and Aerith, when I think of the fated part of them, it is that meeting and then that re-meeting in chapter 8. And then her mom tells him to leave her alone. He walks out of Sector 5, prepared to never lay eyes on her again, but she follows him. He lets her. And then, of course, a friendship is occurring. She gets close to Tifa, and they end up ultimately going on this journey. And it is that journey that leads to the end of her life, and then of course her helping save the planet as well. So that's what, when I think of fated encounters, those are the relationships I am seeing happening between this trio in that chapter. This is another observation I've come across on Twitter, and I've since watched it, and I completely agree. If you replay where Cloud passes Aerith, she actually appears to be staring at his sword. Now, this would make complete sense. She dated Zack for over a year, almost 2 years. That's a one-of-a-kind sword. She'd know it anywhere. She was in love with the guy. She saw it all the time. So that actually makes a lot of sense why she begins to follow him. And then she comes up with the flower, just something on the fly. Oh, let me give you this flower. And it also explains some more of their interactions later in chapter 8. But I wanted to point that out to you, and I replayed it for you just now, where she really appears to stare dead at that sword. And then that's when she starts trying to talk further to Cloud. While this is a video about Clerith, there is some Cloudy sprinkled in. Of course, the fact that he ultimately gives the flower to her is Cloudy. But also, in that optional dialogue, if you deny the flower initially, Aerith will say something along the lines of, it'll make your girlfriend's day to give her this flower. Cloud's face lights up a little bit here, and then he asks the question, how much? Just wanted to point that out. I also like to bring up body language a lot when I'm talking about shipping, because there isn't just the verbal nature of the shipping. There's a lot of visual cues as well. And one thing I notice between Clerith is there's a lot of one-sided body language when it comes to them. Where Aerith is, she's either approaching Cloud or she's grabbing, particularly in this scene, she's the one that approaches Cloud, and she does this move multiple times throughout the game where she like physically grabs him by the hand and the wrist and pulls him. I can think of at least 4 times she's done this throughout the game, and I don't want to go into all of them, but this is a pattern I'm going to bring up. Things like where as she approaches him, he backs away. These visual cues matter because now, of course, he doesn't know her the same that he knows Tifa. So it's not to say he is repulsed by her or anything. I want to be clear. That's not what I'm saying. But there is a comfort level that he has with other characters that he does not have with Aerith, at least through a lot of this game. So that adds to why I see less romance when I see a scene like this. If somebody's romantically immediately interested, there are certain things you're going to do. You're not going to walk away from them as they're talking. You're not going to, as I said, you're not going to distance yourself or purposely not make physical contact with a person. Overall, I think the scene is, pretty cute, kind of funny. And, I like Cloud sitting there like, okay, what do I need to say or do to get out of here? He's being Cloud. And Aerith is being Aerith because she's like, no, you're going to talk to me whether you want to or not. And I like the theme music behind them. Aerith's theme is just really warm and inviting. I have decided to give this 2 flowers only because as I mentioned earlier in the video, I think the Fated stuff has a lot more to do with the immediate plot happening in front of us. And you have Cloud. There's a lot of foreshadowing. You have Cloud's warning to Aerith that he's involved in dangerous things. She needs to stay away from him. Sephiroth says that line of, you can't save anyone, even yourself. I mean, there's a lot more happening there than just Clerith. And as I mentioned, Cloud is suspicious of her. He doesn't like strangers. And I like that she tries to comfort him a little later in it. But as usual, I'm just seeing a lot of one-sided stuff happening here. I suppose him warning her that she needs to get out of there, that is nice of Cloud. But as far as overtly romantic, I personally just didn't see it. But I actually like that chapter and that scene overall. Especially I always laugh because he doesn't know what's going on with the whispers initially, so she's just like doing all this looking like a maniac, and Cloud is just standing there like, what is going on with this chick? Yeah, it's a funny moment, but I just don't personally take too much romantic out of this particular scene. That's me. Thank you for watching this Cloti Clerith Wars. The next scene that we will be going over is when Cloud gives Tifa that flower at the very beginning of chapter 3. So don't miss out. I appreciate y'all. This is Stygian Stilettos Gamer, and I am hashtag out of here, honey.